hasn't studied anywhere, so it's a lie to facilitate the person's permission to stay in the country.
Combine that with the stamps that they've got next door and the stamps from the home address, I think he'll be serving a long time in prison, quite honestly.
At the Royal India restaurant, the enforcement team have had to release 2 known offenders already on bail. Now it's time to deal with the 2 other illegal workers.
OK, car pal, through here. You're now under arrest, OK, as a suspected immigration offender. Don't have to say anything you do say may be noted, may be used in evidence. Do you understand? You're under arrest, OK?
This man is in the UK as a tourist and says he's been here 2 weeks.
Yeah, he claims he came here with a visit visa just for a holiday, but he's now working. All his friends, families, relatives have probably been doing it, telling him, come to Britain, you know, and you can earn some good money. So they all know how the system works. He's been doing it for years.
And the owner should know he can't employ a holiday maker from India, even if the man does just turn up at the door and offer to help.
So he came up to the back door, just wandered up to the back door and said, I've got a tourist visa, and that was it.
Well, he says, walked in and he says, can we help you out and all that, you know. I said, well, have you got other documents? Can you work and all that, you know. He said, I'll bring that tomorrow, like, you know.
OK. Pay him any money?
No, I mean, like I say, it's only came in a couple of hours ago, like, you know.
Right, Sharon, come this way, OK? OK, you've been arrested, OK, because you on suspicion of being an immigration offender.
The owner also denies employing the waiter who has overstayed his tourist visa by more than 3 years.
OK, this way, sir. We're going this way, but you're going to do what we tell you to do, OK? Because what you must understand now is you're arrested. OK? Right?
Sorry about that.
Relax, OK?
The team have found 4 illegal immigrants at the restaurant. They do not believe the owner's excuses and serve him notice that he could be fined up to £40,000.
4 males have been named on this, OK? None of them have permission to work in the UK. I understand you say they're not getting paid money, but any kind of employment, whether it be paid or unpaid, is still classed as working, and it's still illegal if they've got no permission to do so, OK?
Of all the employees found at the restaurant, only one is entitled to work. He has indefinite leave to remain in the UK.
So many restaurants employ illegals, you know. The thing is, you've got your status now.
Yeah,
There's lots of people have their status, but they can't find work. Really? And it's hard for them. So that's what we're trying to do, protect the local population, people who are... You're entitled to work here, and there's other people like you who can't get a job. OK, good luck then.
Thank you very much.
You understand what we're doing?
Goodbye.
The team don't want to have to release on bail the 2 men they've arrested today, but in order to detain and remove them from the country, the officers must find their passports.
If we don't have a passport for him, we cannot remove him. We have to apply to Indian Embassy to try and get a travel document, which can take up to 6 months. Well, we can't detain him for 6 months. So we release him, and what does he do? He goes straight back to work again.
The holiday maker is cooperative and has given an address where he's staying with relatives.
Hi there, how are you doing? From Immigration Service. Can we come in and have a quick word with you?
Yeah.
Thanks, all right.
Thank you.
But the waiter is being less helpful. He claims to have lost his passport and he can't remember his own date of birth.
Why can't you remember your birthday? Sorry? Why can't you remember your own birthday?
Sorry, I don't know.
Are you telling me the truth?
Really, I'm telling you the truth. I can't remember.
You said something about a date of birth on your passport. What do you mean by that? Why are you trying to remember the date of birth on your passport and not your own date of birth?
I can't remember that, sorry.
The man knows the less information he gives, the harder it is to remove him from the country. He has given an address where he claims to live, but he says he's never been given any keys.
This male has turned up for his first day of work today, wearing the clothes that we encountered him in, with only a mobile phone in his possession and the bus fare to get him to work this morning. I had no other possessions at the restaurant.
It's a common ruse. Illegal immigrants know that if they're arrested at work, officers won't have the warrant to forcibly enter and search their home for a passport.
There's nothing up here. All these sort of flats are owned by the owners of the restaurants, and they'll move the staff around. I've searched houses like this before where I've seen one bloke who's been actually living in a cupboard. But the reason why it's so transient is because they move from restaurant to restaurant, usually depending on whether they've been raided by immigration.
The team searching for travel documents for the holidaymaker have had more luck.
We've got a passport for the subject, which makes a big difference to us. Chances are we'll be keeping a hold of him and removing him back to India.
The passport reveals the man was twice refused a tourist visa to the UK. Having finally got one, he's been found working illegally after only 5 days in the country. The waiter's evasive tactics have paid off. All the team can do after questioning him is release him on bail until they have the papers needed to remove him from the country.
And that's why so many want to come here, because they know in Britain, they know how the system works. And, you know, it's not a good advert to deter people who aren't British not to come here, you know.
The holidaymaker is detained for 6 days before being removed back to India. For employing 4 illegal workers, the owner of the Royal India restaurant is fined £20,000. Coming up, the passenger at Heathrow with something to declare.
I have to follow the rules.
Yes, you have followed the rules, but the college has given me a deceit to me.
And a setback for the team going after the Sharmas missing millions.
30k, yeah, remitted by Neelam to India while they were in custody.
That's not good.
Most of the 70,000 people who arrive each day at Heathrow have a perfectly good reason to come to Britain, whether it's business, pleasure, or simply coming home. But some people are trying to get in and stay in the country illegally. Officer Lisa Lee is one of Heathrow's 1,700 UK border agency staff. Today, she stopped a student returning to Britain after spending 5 months back home in Pakistan.
Mr. Qureshi, you come with me. I have your ticket passport here, OK, sir? All right?
He says he's here to take exams, but a quick call to his college throws his story into doubt. They say he's never attended at all. Officer Lee wants to search the passengers' bags as they might reveal what he's up to in the UK.
So how much is here?
£2,080.
£2,080.
Yeah.
So you have a job here?
Yeah, I have a job here.
What were you doing here, sir?
A minicab office is a controller.
Controller in a minicab office.
Yeah.
As a student, the man is allowed to work, as long as it's only part-time. He's adamant his main reason for being here is to study. The only problem is, to be a genuine student, you need a genuine college.
I go to my college every day, but they are not